Hi, I'm reading my list. I don't know if we can, it's so weird. See that list on the chalkboard behind me or to, what is that? For you? My left, your, I don't know. Screenplay revised is checked off. Doodles are checked off. Journals, t-shirts, cards, yay. Some of that's printed. Wow, there's still a lot to do in 2026, isn't there? Library update would be easy, right? Wills, oh my gosh, right? Keywords, SEO, I need to learn that. And yes, narrate and do the, yeah, big list. But this is YouTube. And what I'm going to do today is learning YouTube after the age 70. Hi, I'm Bonnie Lacey. I'm an author, speaker, entrepreneur. I write Christian contemporary fantasy and some memoirs and nonfiction and yeah. So I'm here. I'm 74 and I'm doing YouTube. Why? I started a channel 9 years ago. This channel, right? So if you scroll way down, 9 years ago, there's one video. My hair was dyed. I mean, my hair's always messy, right? I'm the messy lady with messy hair, but wow. I mean, what a difference, right? Then 7 years ago, I went back in and made, I think, 2 videos. And they're pretty humbling because my hair is growing out then. So there's white, yeah, roots. It looks awful. And I remember when I decided I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to let my hair grow out this time. And it was right before 2 author events. It's like, what on earth was I thinking? But I did it. I stuck with it, right? Okay. Then just 2 years ago, I narrated, or I wanted to read it's a short book, Cash Envelopes You've Never Had So Much Money. And it's about personal finance, what we've done, what I've done with my just my personal financials. And I just wanted it's short, it was doable. I'm interested in narration. I think I've told you that before. And so I literally, face on the camera, read my book, Cash Envelopes. And it was okay. I enjoyed it. It was fun. So that was 2 years ago. So you can go down there. My hair's white by then. I think it's all white when I did that. But then about a year ago, or like right at 2025, right before Christmas, I did a couple videos, and it felt okay. It felt good. So basically, at the beginning of 2026, I kind of embraced YouTube, making videos. I've made now some 20 videos or more from then. These last 3 or 4 months, I've recorded with more intention, with more of a plan, you have to kind of, it's kind of fun to go all over the place and do this, or I'm going to do one on this, and next week it's going to be crochet, and 2 weeks from now it'll be, how to climb trees. I don't know. I'm just looking at trees out the window. I feel like it works better for me anyway if I kind of have, stay in my lane kind of thing. So my YouTube theme, I guess, or tagline is I'm an old lady of faith that writes books. So within that YouTube channel, I talk about my age, how I do things after the age of 70. Yes, I talk about my faith, and I like to include that. Be sure that you know where I'm coming from. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, but I also write books. So I write fiction and non, like I said, so that will be a part of this channel as well. How do I write fiction? How do I publish? Because I'm an independent author. So that's more intentional, I guess. Another one is I've followed other YouTube creators like Kevin Colby or Rob the Maritimer. They are so helpful, and I've learned so much from them watching their videos, and others, yes. But what I've learned, like from Kevin, was he literally takes a screenshot of each step on how to fill out your platform on YouTube, what to check, what not to check, what he recommends, super helpful. And then Rob is the one that I learned how to do the thumbnails from. I wasn't going to do thumbnails, just like I don't want to do editing. I may give in, but I did one. It's awful, but Kevin Colby is an editor. He's amazing. But with Rob, he literally showed how he goes on Canva, which I have, I think it's called Premium or Pro membership in Canva because I use it for several other things as an author. And he showed how it's so easy to do thumbnails. It's like, I'm doing thumbnails right now, and I wasn't going to. No. Let's keep this simple. But it is simple the way he shows it. So I appreciate those. I learn from others, as I hope that somehow you can learn from me or be encouraged through me, through my channel. That's what it's about, isn't it? Helping each other, inspiring each other, right? Yeah. I overbought gear. That's a whole other channel, YouTube video. I listened when I was first interested in narration. I'd listen to narrators, voiceover artists, authors as well, and what they used, and they would leave a whole big description under the video, and exactly, they're all affiliate links, right? Exactly what they used, and they're serious narrators. They are pros, and they have a lot of equipment that they use. So it's like, okay, I guess that's what I need. So I'll buy that, and I'm the kind of kid that, according to my cash envelopes books, I like to pay off my credit card every week. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I bought a new computer that's, sitting right before me, and I've got a couple $100 more left to pay off that. But, I bought gear, and, a lot of it I don't need anymore. As I've got my setup here, I've got, yes, my laptop. It's a MacBook Pro. It's probably the fourth one I've had over the years. I mean, we've been Apple ever since, what was it, Apple IIe, with that big square chunk thing that sits on your desk. I've got a microphone, a Rhodes microphone, and the stand, my iPhone, and a little stand here, right? Those are where my notes are. I've got a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. I think it's a second gen, and some cords, and that's it. And a little desk, a little rolling desk. That when I do really get to narrate again, I just roll it into my closet. That's in my booth, right? But I've really downsized my gear from the beginning. We don't need that much. And a lot of other people will say, all you need is your phone, no matter what kind it is, right? And yes, I have a little bit more than that, but I do need it for narration. So yeah, there's my excuse anyway. But another way that I do my YouTube channel is thanks to Kevin. He is a big user. He's an Apple house or a Mac house as well, and he uses notes on his phone. And I have used notes, but not like he does. He is like organized city, right? I mean, and so now I've got, my video note, and then several notes underneath that, subnotes. One is just ideas that I think of. I'll go in there, oh, that's a good idea. So I'll go in and put that in on that subnote. I then also, once I've given, like today I'm doing this one, it's going to be uploaded. So I'll move that over to the used subnotes. I mean, it's an amazing way to organize these and to keep, organized. And I also added my columns. I do a weekly column for our county newspaper, which I love doing that. It's such an honor. First of all, there's such great people. But then I do the same thing in my note app, or on my phone. I put in my ideas for my column. I put notes, as far as to, kind of writing a script in a way. Once I submit it to the paper and it's published, then I move that note or that subcolumn idea into used or uploaded. It's just an easy way to stay connected, organized, but I always have it with me. Don't you always have your phone with you? Yeah, me too, right? So another another thing is just I practice. They're not perfect. I've told you that. You know that, right? I'm always messing with my hair. It's always you know. But I do practice just to see how it flows and whatever I need to change on my script on my phone. And it just helps it flow better when I'm actually doing it, like right now, right? And then I've learned to look in the camera. That's a hard one because sometimes it just feels off. I've tried to point the right direction, and for me, I'm pointing left, but it's not. I wanted to show you that. Now it takes me a long time to get. It's odd, but I look into the camera. I practice. You can too. It doesn't take a lot of time to practice to skim through your script right before you record it. And then guess what? Then I hit start. I hit play. I hit record. And that's the key to it. I mean, when I said 9 years ago I started, 7 years ago I did a couple videos. I didn't do any more after those one or two. And that's not the way you learn. I backed away from it. It's like, I'm not sure about this. It's uncomfortable at first. But you just have to start. And you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. I'm 74. Don't even hide that fact. Obviously, you can tell by a few things on this video, by my face, my hair, whatever. But then just start. That's the key, right? So if you want to do it, comment below if you're thinking about it. If you have questions, I maybe not be able to answer them, but I can sure steer you to one of these guys that I do follow. They're really good help. They respond. It's like, oh yeah, we'll do this. I'll help you do this. This is what I do. Or, it's amazing, the community here, which I love. And again, by the way, hit subscribe if this spoke to you. If you'd like to see more, maybe you're an author writing books or planning to write books and, maybe would like to connect a little bit there, learn. I don't know everything, but I'm writing my 14th book, and it'll all be my 10th book published. So I've done a few, so I could at least tell you what I've done, which is kind of fun to talk about. So, don't be afraid to comment down below, and I'll respond. And also, just hit like, hit subscribe. Again, I'm Bonnie Lacey, and I hope you're having a great day.